Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Mimi Firma Herita. My identity number 19053085. Today I will explain about the course macroeconomy theory, and this material is the first material is goods market balance, and the last material is ES curve derivation. Okay, the first material is goods market balance. The goods market is in equilibrium when aggregate demand is equal to income. The aggregate demand is determined by consumption demand and investment demand. Market equilibrium occurs when the quantity relates equals the quantity supplied. In the curve, it represents the points of intersection between the demand curve and the supply curve. It means in the Keynesian model of goods market equilibrium, we also now introduce the rate of interest, an important determinant of investment. With this introduction of interest as a determinant of investment, the latter now becomes an endogenous variable in the model. When the rate of interest falls, the level of investment increases and vice versa. Thus, change in the rate of interest affect aggregate demand or aggregate expenditure by causing change in the investment demand. When the rate or interest falls, it lowers the cost of investment projects and thereby raises the profitability of investment. The businessman will therefore undertake greater investment at a lower rate of interest. The increase in investment demand will bring about increase in aggregate demand, which in turn will raise the equilibrium level of income. The increase in investment demand will bring about increase in aggregate demand, which in turn will raise the equilibrium level of income. In the derivation of the ES curve, we see to find out the equilibrium level of national income as determined by the equilibrium in goods market by a level of investment determined by a given rate of interest. And this is the curve about the goods market equilibrium. At the equilibrium point, the market determines the price and quantity for both consumer and producer. Consumer and producer agree on price and quantity. Why agree? At the point, consumer obtain the quantity of the goods at the price they are willing and able to pay, and producer of their quantity at a price they are willing and able to accept. When the market reaches equilibrium, there is no tendency to change. If there is a disequilibrium, the market mechanism will move demand and supply to a new equilibrium. Okay, and the last materi is ES curve. ES curve relates different equilibrium level of national income with various rate of interest. With a fall in the rate of interest, the planned investment will increase, which will cause an upward shift in aggregate demand function, C plus I, resulting in goods market equilibrium at a higher level of national income. It means the lower the rate of interest, the higher will be the equilibrium level of national income. Thus, the ES curve is the locus of the combination of rate of interest and the level of national income at which goods market is in equilibrium. How the ES curve is derived is the relationship between rate of interest and planned investment is depicted by the investment demand curve too. Okay, and the last, this is a curve about the ES curve. By joining point ABD representing various interest income combination at which goods market is in equilibrium, we obtain the ES curve. It will observe from the curve that the ES curve is downward sloping, which implies that when rate of interest declines, the equilibrium level of national income increase. It will be seen from panel A that at rate of interest or 0, the planned investment is equal to OE0, with OE0 as the amount of planned investment. The aggregate demand curve is C plus I, which, as will be seen in panel B of the curve, equals aggregate output of OY0, level of national income. Therefore, in the panel C, at the bottom of the curve, against rate of interest OR0, level of income equal to OY0 has been plotted. Now, if the rate of interest fall to OR1, the planned investment by business increase from OE0 to OE1. With this increase in planned investment, the aggregate demand curve shifts upward to the new position C plus 2 in panel B, and the goods market is in equilibrium at OY, level of national income. Thus, in panel C, at the bottom of the curve, the level of national income OY1 is plotted against the rate of interest OR1. With further lowering of the rate of interest to OR2, the planned investment increased to OE2. You can see the curve. With this further rise in planned investment, the aggregate demand curve in panel B shift upward to the new position C plus 1, 2, corresponding to which goods market is in equilibrium at OY2, level of income. Therefore, in panel C, the equilibrium income OY2 is shown against the interest rate OR2. Okay, thank you for your attention and sorry for my mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.